All right, Tim, thanks a lot. And welcome back here. Businesses in New York State have new laws to contend with now that 2009 is here. Ariel Solomon, associate with the Tully Rinke law firm in Albany, is here to explain what these laws are all about. Great to have you here this morning.
Thank you very much.
You know, it's like we just finished up all the year-end paperwork for 2008, and now there's new laws coming into effect for businesses. And the first one you wanted to talk about was a change to the Americans with Disability Act.
Yes, absolutely. The amended Americans with Disability Act is taking effect, and it's really going to cause employers to take pause, reevaluate their policies and handbooks, and proactively train their human resources departments in order to ensure that they're in compliance with it. The ADA is going to make it substantially easier for employees to arguably bring lawsuits against their employers, and employers really need to be prepared. For example, as many know, the ADA was first enacted in 1990. But over the years, the Supreme Court has handed down a series of decisions which has really detracted from the Act, and this amended Act is geared toward correcting that and making it easier for individuals with disabilities to enforce their rights and be protected under the Act. So one such thing, for example, is conditions like diabetes, where there's mitigating measures. You can take medication for it. That's going to be counted as a disability where it was more difficult to before. Or if you have a disability that's transient, for example, epilepsy, that's going to count. So being an individual who's qualified with a disability is easier to accomplish under the way the ADA is amended today.
Interesting. Okay, there are two others you wanted to talk about. We'll get next to so much emphasis right now on military personnel and their families. What are the changes to the Family Military Act?
That is really the response to the current political environment and the cry for a need in the workplace to accommodate families whose military members, sons, daughters, spouses are coming home and who are injured. So a family member who is returning from active military duty and needs to be taken care of, the Military Leave Act now allows family members to take up to 26 weeks of unpaid leave from work to care for that family member, and employers are absolutely required to reemploy that individual after the period of unpaid leave has expired.
It's incredibly important. And the final one you want to talk about today, and again, so important with the economy right now, is the WARN Act. What is the WARN Act, first of all?
It's the Workers Adjustment Retraining Notification Act. That is especially poignant in light of the current economic environment because there have been, as many know, unfortunately, mass layoffs. And this, in New York State, actually provides greater protections to employees than the federal version of the law. And it affects employers with 50 or more employees who are laying off 25 people. They have to give actually 90 days worth of notice. Even though these employees, the law took effect some time ago, the notification requirement didn't actually take effect and will take effect in February. So there was some measure of reprieve there with regard to complying with that, but now employers really need to ensure that if they need to make layoffs during this economic time, that they have to give at least 90 days worth of notice.
And if it takes effect in February, we're already within that 90-day window.
Absolutely.
All right, Ariel, thank you so much. A lot of information in a short amount of time. We do appreciate
My pleasure.
it. Thanks
Thank you
so much. And now here's Roger Weiland with Big Board Sports.